Have you ever felt like there's more to life, but you're just not sure how to find it? Imagine standing on a mountaintop, breathing in the cool, fresh air, feeling completely at peace. That's how Alan Watts wanted us to approach life, to live fully in the moment, free from anxiety, control, or worry about the future. It sounds ideal, right? But in our busy modern lives, it's easy to get wrapped up in the noise, the daily grind, and the constant feeling that we need to control everything around us. Watts dedicated his life to exploring ancient spiritual teachings, bringing Eastern wisdom into a language the Western world could embrace. If you're here, it's because you want to experience more, not just do more. So stay with us as we journey through some of the most powerful spiritual rules inspired by Alan Watts that can help you unlock a deeper, more fulfilled way of living. Embracing the present moment. One of Alan Watts's most profound teachings is the importance of fully embracing the present moment. He often emphasized that life isn't something to be rushed through in anticipation of a future destination. Instead, life is happening here and now, in each breath, each interaction, each passing second. Watts believed that our minds are usually so preoccupied with what happened in the past or what might happen in the future that we miss out on what's right in front of us. He taught that when we let go of this constant mental chatter, we can connect more deeply with our lives and experience a greater sense of peace and fulfillment. To embrace the present moment, Watts encouraged practices like mindfulness and meditation, which help us focus on the now. When we're present, we're not burdened by regrets or fears. We're simply being. It's a way to find joy in everyday experiences, to savor the little things, and to see life as it truly is, rather than as a means to an end. As Watts said, the meaning of life is just to be alive. Embracing this perspective can transform our lives, helping us live with a sense of gratitude and calm that's often elusive. Letting go of control and accepting flow. Alan Watts often explored the concept of letting go of control, teaching that the desire to micromanage every aspect of our lives can lead to stress and dissatisfaction. Watts believed that life is more harmonious when we accept its natural flow rather than forcing it to conform to our expectations. He likened this to floating down a river. Instead of fighting against the current, we achieve a sense of peace by allowing ourselves to be carried. In Watts' view, life is a series of ever-changing events, much like waves in the ocean. Trying to control everything around us is like trying to control the waves. It's exhausting and ultimately impossible. Instead, by accepting the flow of life, we're able to respond more naturally and openly to challenges, finding joy and freedom in spontaneity. Letting go of control doesn't mean passivity or lack of effort. It means embracing uncertainty and trusting that things will unfold as they're meant to. This practice allows us to live more freely, connect with others more deeply, and experience life's ups and downs with a balanced mind. As Watts often said, to have faith is to trust yourself to the water. When you swim, you don't grab hold of the water, because if you do, you will sink and drown. Unity with nature and the universe. Alan Watts taught that humans are not separate from the natural world. Rather, we are intrinsically connected to it. He often described this unity by saying, "You do not come into this world, you come out of it, like a wave from the ocean." Watts encouraged people to see themselves as an integral part of the universe rather than isolated individuals navigating it alone. This perspective shift can be transformative, leading us to live more harmoniously and peacefully. Watts argued that much of our suffering stems from the belief that we are separate from everything else. When we see ourselves as part of nature's grand tapestry, we can embrace a sense of belonging and interconnectedness. This unity allows us to appreciate the beauty of all life forms and recognize that our actions impact the entire ecosystem. Living with a sense of unity with nature fosters a more compassionate, less self-centered approach to life. It encourages us to treat the planet, animals, and each other with greater respect, understanding that everything we do has a ripple effect. By connecting deeply with nature and acknowledging our place in the cosmos, we can experience life with a more profound sense of wonder, gratitude, and peace. Self-identity beyond ego. Alan Watts often challenged the common concept of self, suggesting that our true nature extends far beyond the ego, the sense of self we typically associate with our identities, achievements, and roles in society. He proposed that the ego is only a small part of who we truly are, and that identifying solely with it can limit us, leading to feelings of separation, insecurity, and isolation. Watts encouraged people to look beyond this surface-level identity and explore a more profound, connected self that is intertwined with the universe itself. He likened the self to a wave on the ocean. The wave appears distinct, but it is never separate from the water. In the same way, our individual selves are expressions of a larger, interconnected existence. By embracing a self-identity beyond the ego, we open ourselves to a sense of oneness, realizing that we are a part of a greater whole. This understanding brings greater peace, reducing the need for constant validation or comparison. It invites us to experience life without the barriers of ego-driven worries, and instead with a more open, compassionate, and free approach to everything around us. Living without a fear of failure. Alan Watts urged people to live fully and courageously without letting the fear of failure hold them back. He saw failure as an illusion created by society, a perception that limits our potential and keeps us from exploring new possibilities. Watts believed that life itself is a kind of play, and in this playful approach, there's no real winning or losing. Instead, it's about experiencing, learning, and growing. Watts encouraged embracing each moment fully, free from the anxiety of needing a specific outcome. This attitude helps us see so-called failures as natural steps in our journey, valuable lessons that bring us closer to understanding ourselves and our true purpose. By releasing the fear of failure, we step out of our comfort zones, take risks, and tap into our creative potential. Living without this fear empowers us to act with authenticity and resilience. We begin to realize that our worth isn't determined by success or failure, but by our willingness to embrace life's challenges with an open heart and a spirit of curiosity. This mindset brings true freedom, allowing us to live in alignment with our highest aspirations, undeterred by setbacks or external judgments.